Hello Year 3, welcome to your next humanities lesson. Today we're going to talk about air raids. But before we do that, I've written 4 questions onto the board. In class I would always do this. Every so often just go back through our books over things we have previously done, just to recap and see if we can remember some of those facts or key dates and key figures that we have discussed in previous lessons. So you may want to pause the video and see if you can answer any of these 4 questions that I've put onto the board, and then I can run through the answers. Welcome back. If you did pause the video, let me just run through these answers. I'm sure you've got some of them. Who was Winston Churchill? Winston Churchill was the Prime Minister of Britain. He became Prime Minister during World War II. Why were children evacuated? Children were evacuated to the countryside to keep them safe. Name 3 items an evacuee would have taken. I'm sure you can flick back through to your suitcase activity and you can see that long list of different things that children may have taken, like socks and trousers and t-shirts. And what year did World War II begin? 1939. Well done if you could be more specific and you could remember the 3rd of September 1939, which is when Britain declared war on Germany. So well done if you remembered any of those facts. It's always useful to go back over the things that we have done. So today we're going to discuss air raids. I've given you a sheet here. The first thing I'm going to do is actually read the information on the sheet, because that may help some of you answer some of those questions. Air raids. Fear ran through everyone when they heard the air raid siren go off. This told them that there were German bombers on the way. Sometimes there were hundreds of planes heading in their direction. To protect themselves, they had to hide in air raid shelters, dugouts, or the underground if they lived in London. Even schools that were still open had air raid shelters. Many air raids happened at night and everyone soon forgot what their bed felt like. Everyone had to carry a gas mask in case poisonous gas was dropped. Windows were taped and boarded up to stop the glass from flying everywhere when the bombs fell and the ground shook. Thousands of homes were totally destroyed every month and many people were made homeless by bomb damage. People were evacuated or found new homes as soon as possible. So there are 7 questions on the sheet you have to answer, and most of the information will be on the sheet in the paragraphs that I have just read for you. It's all about the air raid and air raid siren and what to do when you heard that air raid siren going off. That loud noise that would have rung out all across the city, telling people that there were planes coming and bombs were going to be dropped, and reminding them to get somewhere safe, to take cover in their shelters, as we've discussed in previous lessons, using their shelters to keep them safe from those bombs. So everyone can try and answer the questions that are on the sheet. I've also added a link to a video. We have watched part of this video before, but the first 5 minutes talk a lot about air raids and the air raid siren. You can hear the air raid siren. It's reminding people what to do when you hear the air raid siren and when you know it's safe to then leave your shelter. So really useful if you can watch that 5-minute video. And if you still have time, because you've done the worksheet and you've watched the video, you could design an air raid notice, a warning for people. Things like this would have been posted around, reminding people what to do if they heard that air raid siren. Mine's quite simple. You wouldn't want to have too much information. You want to be nice and clear. Warning: do not ignore the siren. Take cover. Reminding people as soon as they hear that siren, make sure they do take cover. And I've drawn a picture of an Anderson shelter here as well. And this is my attempt at drawing a siren. Again, when you watch this video, you'll be able to see a siren, and so you can see what it looks like as well as hear it. You might draw a notice reminding people to take their gas mask with them, reminding them to stay safe until that all clear sound goes and they know it's safe to come out. Listen out for the rattle just in case there's been gas dropped. It won't just be the air raid siren. Again, you can see that in this video as well. If poisonous gas was dropped, there might be a different noise that people would hear. So to complete that activity, Watch the first 5 minutes of the video. The link will be on this Edmodo post, and see if you can design and notice, reminding people to stay safe, go into their shelters, listen out for the air raid siren, take cover, put their gas mask on, any of those things. And if you're stuck or you need some help thinking of ideas, pop onto Google Meet, or this 5-minute video should give you lots of ideas of things you could remind people to do to keep safe from the bombs when they hear that air raid siren. Thank you for watching Year 3. I look forward to seeing them.